want to show you a shortcut way to make mini tartlets. I've seen this done online, but I've veganized this and put my own spin on it and my own filling in it. So before we get started, I'm going to gather my ingredients and then I'll show you the process. I've washed and drained my berries and I'm patting them dry. Next, and this is one of the shortcuts, I'm using purchased pie crust. This is the pie crust and it's come up to room temperature. Now you simply unroll it. I'm doing it on a piece of parchment. You could use whatever surface you want. And I'm barely adding any pressure to this. I just simply want to make sure that it's flat and even. Next, I'm taking my cookie cutter and I'm making cuts in it. Turn your mini muffin pan or tassie pan upside down. Fold down the edges a little bit, and that's why you wanted the dough room temperature. Then give it a little pressing in the top center. So here's another one. Putting down the dough, pushing it sides a little bit, pushing it just a tad. I gather up the leftover dough, knead it together a little bit, press it down. And I'm going to try to roll it out that it's long and narrow. Try to match the thickness of the dough that it came out of the package. And then you'll just continue cutting and putting them on your cookie sheet. Well, what we're using is a cookie sheet. Now you just pop them in the oven. I'm using my Ninja so that I don't heat up my kitchen so much, but you can just do it in an oven as well. This is my second batch coming out of the oven, and you want to cool them on a cooling rack. While they're cooling, we'll go to the next step. Now I'm making the agar mixture, so I'm putting my raw sugar in because different brands thicken differently. Read your package directions. So I read the package on this agar, and to thicken a cup of liquid, which that's what I'm doing, I would be using a teaspoon of this. Mix those together, and now I'm adding a cup of liquid. It's lemon juice and water. Now I'll put this on my stove. I'll bring it to a boil, not a hard boil, but I'll bring it up to a boil. Then I'll reduce the heat and simmer it. Here's the slight boil that I'm talking about. Now I will turn it down a little bit lower and cook it for another 5 minutes. My agar to start cooling, but not cool enough to thicken, so I put it in 3 bowls as I have 3 types of fruit, and I'm going to pop it in the freezer for a few minutes. The tartlets have already cooled, so while the agar mixture is cooling, I'm going to put the yogurt filling in these. I wanted to point out, this particular tartlet was the last piece of dough I had, so I didn't cut it out, I just made it a round piece and put over the tin. So these only get about a teaspoon of yogurt. I like this brand because it's the thickest that I have seen. You're going to want to smooth it out a little bit. These are filled with the vanilla yogurt, and now it's time to start working with that fruit again. The agar has been in the freezer about 10 minutes, and you can see it has started to thicken. The next step is to put your fruit on the cooled agar, and you just gently stir it. The purpose of using the agar is to just give your fruit a nice shine. It makes a tiny bit of a sauce, but it's really much more about the shine. And I left a few pieces out without the agar because I want to show you could actually do it without it. Okay, so I'm just adding the fruit that has not had any glaze. I wanted to give you an idea of what that would look like, and that you absolutely can avoid using the glaze if you're running short on time, or you just didn't want to do that step. So that's what they would look like without. Now what I'm going to do is take the fruit that has the glaze on, and I'll just put it on top. Here's one of the glazed strawberries. And then you're going to want to chill these, and you'll see it just becomes very, very pretty. You can see how nice that little bit of a shine is. You could just do one raspberry, you could just do blueberry. I've filled them all. I'm now going to chill them, but also what you'll notice is I have got some empty spots. That's because the family was here and they couldn't eat just one. They've chilled a little bit, and it's time for that taste test. So I've chosen the one with blackberry on it. They are sweet, yet they're tart because of that lemon juice. and they're nice and flaky. They stay in the fridge overnight. More than that, they're going to start getting soggy. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. God bless you and have a great day.